are partners in a firm sharing profits in the ratio of 3:2. The balance sheet as on 31st of March 2019 was as follows. Balance sheet is given to us. Now, when balance sheet is given, we should focus on the amounts like reserves, capitals, right, and any goodwill appearing in the balance sheet. Okay, any loss appearing in the balance sheet. Okay, I have repeatedly told you this thing. Please take care. If any of these amounts are there, so these are supposed to be recorded first in their respective accounts. Capitals MN, so let me write over there. I told you like I'll be writing this, but I thought let me write in front of you only. Okay, so capital we know like has to be in the on the credit side of capital account. M is 1,50,000. N is 70,000. After capital, it is reserves appearing in the balance sheet on the liability side. Okay, so let me write over here by reserves. Okay, reserves has to be shared amongst the old partners in their old ratio. Any amount from balance sheet has to go to old partners old ratio. So reserves can be seen as 10,000 and the ratio is 3:2. So it will be 6,000 and 4,000. Okay. Next is on the asset side, you can see that already marked with red goodwill. Goodwill appearing in balance sheet has to be written off amongst old partners old ratio. So let me write over here to goodwill. Okay. Amount is again 20,000. 20,000 3:2 will be 12 and 8 to balance BD. बैंक अकाउंट इज 10,000. ठीक है, अगर बैंक लिखा हुआ है तो लेट अस हैव बैंक अकाउंट ओनली, राइट? ओके, so from balance sheet, capital, reserves, losses, goodwill if any has to be transferred to capital account, and then we can start with the adjustments. Okay, we can see that MN are the existing partners. O is a new partner admitted for 1/4 share in the profits, 1/4 share. Okay, O will bring 60 as his capital and 40 as his share of premium for goodwill for his share of profit. Plant be appreciated 2 rupees 90,000. अब ये जो मैंने 2 को अंडरलाइन करा हुआ है ना, this is also important. Many times what happens कि like sometimes it is 2, sometimes it is by, reduced by. So we need to reduce by that amount, reduced to or appreciated to. So till that amount it has to be increased or decreased. So whenever you are reading the question, be specific with these words. So whenever you are practicing, so please underline or circle these words. Plant be appreciated to 90,000 and the value of the land and building be appreciated by, you can see there, one is 2, other is by 10%, right? Stock is overvalued by 6,000, मतलब reduce करना पड़ेगा. Patents are valueless, 0 हो गया. This is the adjustment for which I have selected the sum. 20% of the reserve to be treated as provision for doubtful debt. Okay, मतलब ये हुआ कि जो reserves हैं यहाँ पर मैंने 10,000 distribute कर दिया, तो this will be wrong from my side. So let me rectify my error. Okay, let us do it later on. There were unrecorded creditors for rupees 4,000. Okay, that's fine. So let us start with the adjustments one by one. First is the capital and PFG. So amount comes in, so debit side of bank account you can see there to O's capital account, right, and to premium for goodwill account. Okay. Capital can be seen as 60,000 and premium for goodwill is 40,000. So that has to come to capital account on the credit side by bank and by PFG. By bank has to go to O. Capital is 60,000 has been recorded over there. But when you're talking about the premium for goodwill, yes, premium for goodwill has to come to sacrificing partners in their sacrificing ratio. Premium for goodwill is 40,000 in the ratio of 3:2. We have no other information. How much will that be?
24 and 16.
24 and 16, that's fine. Okay, so we are done with the first adjustment right now. Second, plant be appreciated 2 rupees 90,000. What's the value of plant given to us? Plant can be seen as 80. 80 is appreciated to 90, right? That means increase कितना हुआ? 10,000. So 10,000 is profit for us. So let me write over here, in revaluation account on the credit side being a profit of plant rupees 10,000, right? Plant in the balance sheet will come at its revised value rupees 90,000. Okay? And the value of Lennon building be appreciated by 10%. Over here also we need to appreciate, but by 10% only, right? So Lennon building is 90,000 over here. So 90,000 ka 10% will be 9,000.
9,000.
Right over here by Lennon building, right? 9,000. Okay, and Lennon building in balance sheet will appear at its revised value. Lennon building rupees. Now it was
91,000.
99,000. Third adjustment. Stock is overvalued by rupees 6,000. Stock has been overvalued. So now it has to be decreased, right? So let us write there to stock. How much is the value? 6,000. Okay. 6,000 stock has been reduced. So let us write there stock at its revised value. Stock can be seen as 40,000. 40,000 reduced by 6. So remaining is 34,000. Patents are valueless. Patents value 0. Okay, patent is an asset. If asset comes to 0, then it's a loss. So let us write on the debit side in evaluation amount is 4,000. Okay. Now this is the adjustment I was talking to you, for which I have to do the correction also. Okay, reserves come in a balance hata diya. So 20% of reserves is to be treated as provision for doubtful debt. Debtors is 40,000 in the balance sheet, right? Less provision for doubtful debts. Now point is, how much provision is there? Already there is 1,000, and we have been told that 20% of reserves is to be treated as provision for doubtful debt. Okay, how much is a reserve? Reserve can be seen as 10,000, right? 10,000 ka 20% will be 2,000.
2,000.
My provision, which was 1,000 earlier, will increase by 2,000. So now provision has to be 3,000.
3,000.
Okay. So the net amount in the outer column for debtors will be 37,000. Now this reserve, whenever like we create a provision, so normally what we do is we transfer it to the revaluation account whenever provision is to be made, right? But this time the provision has been made out of reserves. So our reserves will reduce. Reserves is 10,000, 2,000 reduces, so remaining is 8,000. So remaining 8,000 reserve will be distributed amongst the partners, right? So 8,000 in the ratio of 3:2. 8,000, 16 3s are
32 and
48.
32 and 48 and 32.
Okay. So this is really very important. Please take care. Okay. Next, there were unrecorded creditors of rupees 4,000. Unrecorded creditors. Now, if we record them, so yes, it's a loss for us. A liability increases. Because a liability increases, it's a loss. So let me write over here on the debit side to creditors rupees 4,000. Okay. And now creditors in balance sheet will appear at the revised value. Creditors earlier were 30, 4,000 unrecorded, so now it will be 34, right? So we are done with these adjustments. Okay, let us go to the balance sheet asset side. Bank balance, we are done with. Debtors, we had adjustment. Stock adjustment. Plant, done. Patent, valueless. Lennon building, adjustment. Goodwill, distributed. Okay, creditors, we are done with. Bills payable, so let me write bills payable over here in the balance sheet. This is where I tell you, no, this is very simple to copy down the items without any adjustments, to be copied as it is. Okay, next is outstanding salary. Reserves we are done with. Outstanding salary also will appear as it is. Okay, outstanding salary rupees 3,000. Okay, capitals we are done with. Okay, so almost every amount has been taken from here. Let us close these accounts. Total on the credit side in revaluation can be seen as 19,000, right?
90.
I shall write 19,000 over here as well. Yes.
5,000.
5,000.
14.
5,000.
Is a difference. This will be distributed amongst the partners. Which partners?
All partners.
All partners in their old ratio. Okay. All partners are M, N. Okay. Okay. And the amount that is to be given 5,000 in the ratio 3:2. That will be 3,000 and
3,000, 2,000.
2,000. Okay, the total is 5,000. It's a profit. Profit has to come to credit of partners capital account by revaluation account. Okay, so this will be 3,000, 2,000, right? Done. Okay, now let us get the totals. Totals for partners capital 150, 54, 78,
181, 800.
183, 800.
181. 181 आएगा ना?
Yes, sir.
73, 89, 91, 200,
Yes, sir. Right. Yes.
60. Okay. So let us write this balances over here. Okay. Yes. Difference over
69,
here.
169, 800.
Difference will be to
169, 800.
balance CD. How much beta? 169.
69, 800.
Wait, okay. Over here. 83, 200.
7. Yes,
2000. Okay.
60.
Capital balances has to come to balance sheet on the liability side. Capitals M, N, O. Okay. M, N, O. Okay. What is the amount of capital of M? 169, 800. N, 83, 200.
200.
Okay. And O
60,000.
60,000. Okay, please get the total of these three now.
60,000.
Total of these three.
3,21,000. 3,21,000.
नहीं भाई 160 240 3 lakh 3 lakh 12 3 lakh 13. ठीक है. Bank balance has to be closed. So by balance CD total is 60 1 lakh
1,10,000.
1 lakh 10,000. Important term in the chapter like admission, retirement, death, submit. 10,000 is the amount of fund available to us, and whenever this fund is there, it is normally a reserve. Okay, but if there is no adjustment, by default 10,000 has to be distributed among the partners. But I tell my students that whenever this workman's compensation appear in balance sheet, go through the adjustment and check out if any adjustment is there or not. So you can see there I have already underlined over here. claim on account of workman compensation is 4,000. We had a reserve of 10,000 and the claim that has been accepted now, it is 4,000. So 4,000 is a liability and remaining 6,000 will be a free reserve. The amount of liability has to come in the balance sheet liability side. Claim against against Workmen's Compensation Fund. Okay, how much is the liability? 4,000. Remaining 6,000 now becomes my free reserve, and being a free reserve, this has to come to Partners Capital Account, Workmen's Compensation Fund. 6,000 in the ratio of 5:3. 6,000 divided by 8. 8 sevens are 750. 750 into 5. 3750 and 2250. We are done with the workman compensation. Capital ho gaya, penal ho gaya, bank balance is 8,000. So let me write over here to balance BD, right? Amount is 8,000. So done. Okay. Now on this date, they agreed to admit C into the partnership with 1/8 share of profit. Okay. C brought 30,000 as capital and 16,000 for goodwill and cash. Amount comes in, bank account debit. Okay, 2 C is capital, right? And 2 premium for goodwill. Amount for capital can be seen as 30,000. Premium for goodwill can be seen as 16,000. Okay. Now these two amounts, when are debited over here, are to be credited in partners capital. Okay, so let us write that one by one by cash or bank. Okay. For C's capital, amount is 30,000, and then again by PFG, by premium for goodwill, it has to go to A and
10,000, 6,000.
Okay, there is no other thing mentioned about the sacrifice or nothing like. Okay, so that's why like we take the old ratio as a sacrificing. 16,000 yes in the ratio of 5:3.
10,000, 6,000.
10 and 6. That's correct. Thank you so much, Beta. Okay, after that, the following terms were agreed upon. Creditors are to be paid rupees 1,000 more. Creditors को ज़्यादा pay करना है, तो it's a loss for us. And being a loss, I should debit it to revaluation account to creditors rupees 1,000 and creditors in the balance sheet. Please check that how much amount is given. Creditors given in the balance sheet is 29.
29.
29. 1,000 has to be paid more. 1,000 has to be paid more, so it will be now 30,000. Okay. Debtors are all good. Okay, so this is again a new adjustment. The reason of this sum. Okay. Debtors are all good. That means if any provision is there, that is not required. Provision for doubtful debt is made for the future losses. Like if any bad debts occur in future, then we can face that loss. But because all the debtors are good with us, so there is no chance of bad debts, and because there is no chance of bad debts, no provision is required. When provision is not required, so it has to be added back to profit. Now, because it is to be added back to profit, it will increase my profit, and I shall write over here by provision for doubtful debt. The amount in the balance sheet on the liability can be seen over there, rupees 1,000. Okay. Debtors are all good. No chance of bad debts in future. So any provision made has to be added back to profit. So credit and revaluation. Okay. Next. Fixed assets are to be revalued at rupees 1,10,000. Fixed assets can be seen in balance sheet at rupees 1 lakh. 1 lakh is revalued at 110. It's a profit. Profit of 10,000. So let me write over there by fixed assets. Right? Rupees 10,000, and the fixed assets now in the balance sheet will appear at its revised value. Fixed assets rupees 1,10,000. Okay. Fine. Next is provident fund is to be increased by rupees 2,000. Now, provident fund is a liability. Liability increases. It's a loss. So, being a loss, increase in loss, we need to debit it to the revaluation account. Provident fund rupees 2,000. An increase in liability, right? The provident fund that appears in balance sheet is rupees 16,000, and it has increased by 2,000, so now it will be 18,000. Okay. Next is stock will be reduced by rupees 3000 and a decrease in asset, it's a loss. So loss debited to revaluation to stock rupees 3000 and stock has to appear in balance sheet at its revised value. Stock can be seen as 40 reduced by 3, so it is now 37000. Okay, workman's claim, we are done with that. Okay, so adjustments are done. Let us go to the balance sheet. Bank balance, we are done with. Datus, okay, datus are all good, right? So I need to write datus as it is. No provision. Datus rupees 34,000. Stock, we are done with. Fixed assets, we are done with. P&L account, we are done with. Creditors on the liability side, done. Provident fund is done. Provision is done. Workman's compensation done. Capitals done. Okay, so we are done with all the amounts from the balance sheet. All the adjustments we are done with one by one. Okay, so let us close the accounts now. On the credit side, in revaluation account, I can see that total now comes to 11,000. Okay, so let me write this 11,000 over here.
5,000.
How much?
5,000.
5,000. Okay.
5,000.
5,000 is the difference of profit to partners capital account. Okay. And over here, let me write the two names. A and B. Okay. A 5,000 hai in the ratio 5:3. 8. 6 48. 625. 625 into 5. 3125
125.
and 1875.
185.
Okay. So this is 5,000. Now the distribution of the profit has to come to credit of partners capital account, writing there by revaluation account. Amount can be seen as 3125 and 1875. Okay, so let us get the totals now. 80, 90, 96, 96,000.
875.
75, 58, 59, 60,125 if I'm not wrong. So now I need to have the balance over here to balance CD. 96,825 that is
94,375.
94,375. ठीक है. 1,500 to be deducted. 58,625. Capitals in balance sheet, liability side. Capitals A, B, C. A, B, C. Amount of A 94,375. B 58,625. And C is 30,000.
30,000.
Okay, so total now
183.
90, 140, 170, 182,
183.
183. Okay, thank you so much.
180.
Okay, the bank account to be closed now by balance CD. Okay, amount 38, 44, 54. Okay. 54,000 is a bank balance, so let me write over here bank balance 54,000. Total now 110, 140, 170, 220,
235.
235. Okay.
35.
Okay. So let me write over here. Please check on the liability side also. 201, 205, 235. Okay, very good. So we are done with this sum also.